Hey guys, welcome to the TPG breakout session here. We'll get started in just 1 minute. I'll get our friend Patrick on here from TPG. He's going to go over everything, answer questions. And also keep in mind this will be recorded. So if you do miss anything for any reason, you want to come back and study, you'll have access to that for sure. So we'll get started in just another minute here. All right, Patrick, we got you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Perfect. Well, welcome, Patrick. Patrick is from Santa Barbara, TPG. He's going to be going over just some stuff for the upcoming season, answer any questions you guys got. And as I said before, this will be recorded. So if you miss it or you join late or you got to hop out for whatever reason, or you want to just come back and study for later, you'll have access to all that. We'll upload it to YouTube and share those links after the seminar. So with that, Patrick, thanks for being here, man. We appreciate you. And
happy to be here. Thank you.
Excellent. It's all yours. I'll hop off and you got it. Thanks, man.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, I guess I'll start out. Sorry, I made you all wait. That was not my intent. I've been having a little bit more technical issue than I thought I was going to have today. We started out. I think they're digging up the internet in my neighborhood. So I'm wondering if that's what my issue is. At any rate, my name is Patrick. I'm with Santa Barbara, TPG. Let's see, I started doing this about, my heavens, in 2002 is when I started working with a bank. I had worked with one bank for 6 years. I went then and actually opened up a tax office, had a tax office for 3 years. I've subsequently worked at another couple of banks. So it's been a long time coming. I'm just going to let you know what we've got going on for the upcoming season. Walk through that. I probably won't take up your whole time. I hope that doesn't bother anybody. I can obviously go over, but that would just be me, filling time up, and that's not what everybody wants, I don't think. So let's see. We know this last year was a little bit different than we've had in a long time. With that being said, it was, I don't know that we've ever had a year that was quite like this. And we were having to learn about and how everything was kind of changing on the fly. And even now, we still got a lot of things that are just funding way more slowly than we're used to, and that's just not the way. We've gotten used to for years and years. So things are a little bit different. I'll start with just that part. I guess we'll go next into the fact that, let's see. My goodness, like I said, I'm so sorry. I got myself flustered with all my technology issues. We've got the enrollment started this year. We're getting the enrollment records as we speak now. We will be getting money out to clients. I know that's one of the things that we've always done is kind of gotten money out so that you can get your year started, so you can get your office going like you need to. The opt-in should be on our website. If you're enrolled, they should be on the website this week where you'll be able to go in and opt in, and we'll be able to get that money out right at the end of the month, where you'll start getting it right at the beginning of November. We do know that makes us one of the first places to get that money out. And like I said, it's just an opt-in on the website. It's available to new and existing clients. So wherever you're coming from, I got you taken care of there. Love to have you. In November, it's $45 per thousand, which, 4.5%, but it's flat. Same thing with the 30. When you do it in December or later, it's 30 for every thousand. You're talking about a 3% flat. So, we're not going to incur a new charge every month or every couple of days. It's only going to be that flat. It is, when you take it out and you don't talk about, we're not going to recoup most of that until the PATH Act drops. You do understand it, on a monthly basis, it's really better than any kind of the line of credit you're going to have out there. And we're waiting for the very timing where we know that you're all going to have income coming. So hopefully that's something that can help you all. Happy to work anybody through that if they need it. Let's see. That's about all I've got on that. If there are, if there are other options we have, if we need to get you money out beforehand. Let's see. We also have, when the tax season starts, again, cash flow, particularly, I think this began mostly when the PATH Act became a thing, is the cash flow wasn't the same because what was formerly our 21-day turnaround, it changed quite a bit. And once it changed like that, it made it a little more difficult, particularly at the beginning of the year, because you're producing and you're doing the work, but you weren't getting that money in. And for that reason, we do have our program that you can opt into. It's Simply Paid. And what we do is instead of you having to wait until all that money drops from PATH, we can go ahead and put 70% of your prep fees out to your office on the day that they're acknowledged by the IRS. So the acknowledgement comes, and once that acknowledgement comes, that lets us know that, you know, we're in a good place, and we'll go ahead and get that out. 70% up to $420. That starts on the first day of filing, and it ends on February 21st. I really do wish I could share my graphics. Somebody worked really hard on that, but that's not going to be the way it works today. And it's 1.25% fee. So it's fairly minimal. And like I said, it keeps you cash flowing. It's just something you have to keep your eye on, so that, you know, if things are acknowledging quickly, you might want to cut it off at some point, just so that you're not getting too far ahead of yourself. Let's see what we've got. On our opt-ins, if you're wanting to look and see where you would stand, and again, I wish you could see this. This would be a nice little graphic. I guess I could try to turn around the phone, but we're not going to do that. It starts at 3,000. As long as you've got over 100 funded products from the prior year, it starts at 3,000, and it goes up to 40,000, depending, again, on the amount of volume and the amount of prep fees that you have out there. But also the Simply Paid comes in there in addition to that. So the money that you can get beforehand, once it's been acknowledged by the IRS, that's going to allow you to get more even then. So, and again, these are amounts that I can certainly get out there, and I'll try to make sure everybody has them so that everybody can know. And we have that for both existing and clients that are coming new to us from another bank. So happy to help you. Happy to have you over with us. I'm reading off slides. Like I said, I got a little disrupted on this. What you're going to see on our advanced program is what we've had in the past, and it's what you're used to. It's going to be $500 to $6,000 advances starting on January 2nd, which is a Sunday, a little bit odd. Those advances you can do on three. I hope you all can't hear that. They are digging my yard up very loud. I apologize. But you can do that on any of three disbursement: a check, it can be a direct deposit, and it can be a debit card. I do want to make clear on how the direct deposits do work, because I've worked with direct deposits on FCAs, on advances for a couple of years, and you just have to understand that if it happens late, we're beholden to the Federal Reserve, and I'm getting way into details, but when you do these, I do like people to know what they're getting into. When you're dealing with the Federal Reserve, if you're past the ACH deadline for that day, it won't go out until the next day. And then if you come into a weekend, like a Friday approval, like at 6 o'clock on a Friday, you're going to run into a situation where it's not going to go out until Monday and be there on Tuesday. Not saying that to deter you anyway, but I just want to make sure that you understand what you're dealing with so that you can offer the best thing and the best option for your client. Let's see. The advance cost, again, I'm pretty sure everybody's used to this. Most of it's going to be the same as what you're used to. We're talking about $39.95 in season, you know, once the season begins, and then it's $79.90 for pre-acknowledgement. If you do put those onto the cards, you see a $39.95 rebate later. You don't get it immediately. The charge will start. So if the $39.95 will be rebated to zero, the $79.90 will be rebated to $39.95. Again, just trying to create realistic expectations for everybody so that we're on the same page. We do see our APR go lower this year. We're down to 35.99 APR. Always sounds high, but it is, you got to keep in mind the condensed term, and at the amount, it's a percentage of a small amount. So based on that, the APRs look a little higher than they are. If it was a set fee, it wouldn't seem as high at all. So we won't go through any more on APRs because that's not fun for anybody. New endings. Let's see, everybody who comes to us, as long as you meet the 20 refund transfers for the prior season, along with a funding rate of 80%, you'll be in good shape. We can make sure that you offer that. And I know a lot of people love them. Just make sure that you just have to make sure that you're using them properly to get people through that door, because that's one of the things that really helps out with that, is you don't want them walking down to the next door because you can't offer what they can. So it just levels out that playing field for you. Let's see, I'm done reading to you all. Let's see. Like I said, we've got the three disbursement methods: the direct deposit, the check, and the card. The cards we're going to do a little bit differently this year. We're not going to send card stock directly to you. what we're going to do instead is when they do this, they'll actually they'll scan a code and they'll open a bank account from their phone, and then they'll give you that routing and account information in the phone, and then the funds will be sent, or pardon me, the card will be sent directly to them, customized and ready to go. The only other thing that you'd need to know is, particularly on the FCA, so if they do get an advance and they want to have access to those funds that day, they can actually, there's an option in the app that goes with it that says get cash now, and they can go to a Walmart, pick the amount, they scan the code, the VR code, and all of a sudden that they're in business. So they're working well. It's a little different, but I think that you're going to find it takes out an extra step for you. It's certainly going to be a good thing for them, because it's being treated as a regular checking account. So they're going to have an account where they can earn interest, where they can do a lot of things if they choose to do that. Plus, it'll work on the traditional way of just, get them a card and get them going too. So I could go on. I guess we've got some marketing things out there that we can do for you. We put out the marketing materials every year. We do all of that. I really did get a little frustrated today, so I apologize, guys. It's my own technology issues. Does anybody have any questions? I mean, is there anything? Is that what we can do here, Ian, or what do we do now? All right. Yeah. I guess I'll go ahead and give you a little bit more then. And this is just a personal opinion, and I won't. Oh, and you can't unmute. Okay, well, I'll answer. You go ahead and type me another question. I'll read it. I did want to mention one of the things that I always tell folks, because I think that this is important to know, is you kind of are in the same business as I'm in. When you provide a service, there's a lot of people providing a similar service. I try to make sure that I'm providing it just a little bit better, and that you like dealing with me. And I know that's how you all have to do it too. Ostensibly, taxes are to be done one way, the correct way, and they've got to want to come back to you. And that's the way I try to do business. So I certainly hope that you'll give me that opportunity. Let's see. Are you going to send me a message here? I saw the question come up, but I don't see now. Okay, let's see what you hear. Okay, that's a very good question. You've been with me for a couple of years. The IRS gave you a new EFIN. Will the returns carry out? Hey, no, not a problem at all. I want to make sure that's a great question now. Will we carry those returns over to the new year? Absolutely, we will. Now, will it carry over on its own? It should. It should come in and switch over. But if you're finding that it doesn't, you can always give me a call, and I can make that happen internally if that's what we need to do. Most of the records do come in and say, was there a prior EFIN, and we'll make that association for you. But that shouldn't be a problem at all, to make sure that you're taken care of, because we certainly don't want to take away the benefits of having a relationship with us. That's not our business at all. Does anybody else have any questions they want to type in? Or thank you. I look forward to working with you. Anybody have anything else? Okay, one more question. Perfect. That you're filling the time for me. I need this, because I'm struggling to fill it up. Most of us know what bank products are, so it's kind of tough and redundant. I don't want to bore everybody completely to death. So, what do you got for me? The requirements for the tax advance starting on January 2nd is going to be those 20 bank products that we talked about. And it's the same for pre-act and post-act. It's going to be those 20 funded bank products from the year before, along with an 80% funding rate. I will tell you all this. I hope that, I hope there's a time that we can do something like this live again. I promise you I'm better live than this, but I have to look at my own face in the corner of my own phone, and it's really messing me up. So, like I said, I do not have much more. If anybody has anything they'd like to ask, I'd be happy to touch on anything. All right. For the tax season money. Okay. And we're talking about a little bit of money for your office, I would assume. And that opt-in is going to be available. Excellent. That opt-in is going to be available on the website this week. So just make sure you're enrolled, and we'll be getting those out. I believe that the number we're talking about is on the 28th. The first disbursement will be on the 28th, and that should put them in accounts on the 1st. That's what we're looking for. The requisites for that is going to be 100 funded from a prior year with 85% funding. And I know it's been a tough year because funding has trickled in, but we are getting to a point where everybody's kind of equalizing to where they normally are, or that's what we're seeing on the whole. All right. Happy to help. I can, anybody else wants to type a message in, like I said, or a question, unless it's, mean about my speaking, but outside of that, I also, by the way, you can only tell I'm from Kentucky until when I'm on the phone I can hear myself. And now I feel like I'm completely country, so my apologies. Do you help with marketing? We have marketing materials that we can go out to your office. Absolutely. I'm assuming that's what you're asking. We can get those, and I appreciate that. No, we definitely will get some stuff. We'll have stuff out there, table tents and things like that we can get. We actually, it looks like we just got those finalized with marketing, because as you're working through how the program is going to look for each year, we put ourselves in a very tight window on getting that ready to go and make sure it's out on the time, but also incredibly accurate, because anytime you're a financial institution, being compliant with and disclosing everything, that's really important. So that's where we are. I will mention the auto collect. I don't know. I'll mention the auto collect. That's a program that we have, and it is something that to some people it's going to be of interest, and to some it's not, depending on how your clientele works with you. But we do have an auto collect where if someone got a direct deposit, what we can do is reach out to them via email and say, we're going to collect this on behalf of your tax preparer. That's a program that you can be in or not be in, and that's the choice you have upon enrollment. So just keep your eyes on that. When I had my office, what I understood is that if people didn't pay me, they usually didn't come back and pay me. That was how my office worked. Now yours might be very different. Yours might be something that's in a town that you grew up in, and it's more relationship based, where you're going to get those folks back. For me, if it had been me in this position in this time, I would have used it, just because I know I would have gotten some more folks paid off. And to me, it's a good deal. But like I said, it depends on how you and your customer base really work together, and how that, that's a different dynamic for everybody. But just make sure that when you're on our website, when the opt-ins happen, make sure that what do you think is going to be best for you, because you can't do it on an individual basis. You're either all on or you're all off. You can take them, if you're all on, you can take them off on a one-by-one basis. If you're off, you can't put them on a one-by-one basis. Now, I hope that makes sense. But like I said, maybe you want to collect on everybody who's not paid by a certain time, except for your brother-in-law. You can flip his off, and that puts you just back to collecting on the other people, but not that one person. Hopefully the IRS will get us back on pace next year, where we're not, looking at 120, 130 day waits, and collecting at that point, we'll know is something that's more of an essential, because we know that there's not a whole lot more funding coming. I'm hoping it's all done by May next year. I'm sure you all do too. All right. I don't have anything else. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, do we have any more chats that have come in? No more chats as of right now. I have left you all with an opening of 30 minutes or so. Let's see. Another good question. Do you include the autocollect into the funded bank products? And no, we don't. We do not. Because the fees were collected, but we really didn't have funding. And that's kind of the benchmark in the industry for productivity, is saying, where's that funding at? Unfortunately, collecting the fees, which is nice, and I know everybody likes to collect the fees, but that does not go towards that. It's something that has been mentioned and tossed around internally, though. Okay. Well, just get enrolled. The question is when can we start ordering checks and cards? Now, again, I can't put a fine enough point on the fact that you will not be receiving card stock in your office this year. That's going to be different from past years. Like I said, I think it's going to be something good. I think you're going to like that, but we can't put too fine of a point on that, because what I don't want is people thinking we've got something missing, and you won't have something missing. Just get enrolled, and enrollment alone will make sure that we get you some check stock out. You won't have to do anything with that on that first run, and we'll base it on prior year numbers. So everybody plans for growth, of course, but as long as you're kind of in that same ballpark, or you think you're at least going to start in that same ballpark, we'll get you enough check stock out just as soon as you get enrolled and everything's good on that. No other questions? Well, I mean, I could take you on a tour of my house. I don't know what else to do, guys. I do appreciate your time. I do appreciate the interest that everybody has. I'm over at Santa Barbara TPG. I will mention this as well. I don't know if this changes a lot for everybody, but I am on the East Coast. I know that we are based out of San Diego, California. I am on the East Coast. I do try to make an effort to be in and around and helping as early as I can. So anytime you have something like that happening, by all means, we do have folks in here working. We've got a couple guys now that are on the East Coast, and we're ready to help on a time that's a little bit more in tune with what you're doing, so that you don't have to wait. All right. Let's see what we got here. Does anybody want to see, we could probably do this. Does anybody want to see the how much they should be able to opt in for on preseason funds? What I can do is I can try to find the spot. I had a presentation ready for everyone, but like I said, technology is not being my friend today, so that happens. You can't win them all. Nope, that is not clear at all, so we won't do that. All right. Well, if everyone is good to go, I'm going to close it up. Thank you all so much for your time. I will give you, in case you're sitting down, I can give you my number. Well, no, just, you know what, you can always contact you can always contact your rep, and they'll get you in touch with me. My name is Patrick Seymour. Happy to help. You all have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you soon.